Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Gabi's captivity release, Johnny accuses EJ of fake baby sympathy. Days of Our Lives, DOOL, spoilers recap for Friday, June 28th, reveals that Chanel DiMeras, Raven Bowens, had to stay overnight for observation just as a Palladium, so Johnny DiMeras, Carson Boatman, pledged to recoup some of Chanel's effects from home. Chanel advised Johnny not to let Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, in her sanitarium room, so Johnny stood up to Paulina in the staying area and pushed her to admire Chanel's wishes. Paulina gave Abe Carver, James Reynolds, updates on Chanel's confinement and the fact that Chanel was condemning her mama due to the radiation exposure. Abe tried to put in a good word for Paulina when he visited Chanel's bedside, but she snapped at him. Abe took that as a sign to back off, so he just sat with Chanel for a bit and kept her company while Johnny was gone. At the DiMeras manse on Friday's day's occasion, EJ DiMeras, Dan Feuereagle, spoke with Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, over the phone and pushed him to find Melinda Trask, Tina Huang, so she could hand over the black book. EJ was willing to move forward with the impunity deal, so Rafe set up Melinda following a taco run and dragged her down to the police station. Melinda was skeptical when she heard the impunity deal was passing, but she agreed to hand over the black book that would clear Gabi Hernandez DiMeras, Sherry Jimenez, name. The catch was that Melinda wanted the new deal inked, sealed, and delivered before she surrendered the book. At Statesville on Friday's BNB occasion, Stephen DiMeras, Brandon Barish, assured Gabi that she was coming home moment, but Gabi plotted to believe it despite Stephen's explanation. Gabi wondered why EJ would lift a cutlet to help either one of them, but Stephen acted like he induced EJ that DiMeras family fidelity came first. Indeed so, Gabi knew there was further to the story and remained suspicious. Stephen got Gabi to fantasize the details of her imminent captivity release to make it feel real. Rafe ultimately showed up and cracked a joke to indicate that Gabi was indeed a free woman, so she fell into his arms and offered her gratefulness. Moments laterly, Stephen pulled Gabi into a passionate kiss and ignored the no-touching collar rules since she was being released. Back at the DiMeras manse on Friday's day's occasion, Johnny broke the news to EJ about Chanel losing the baby. EJ tried to offer sympathy, but Johnny snapped at him and asked if it was indeed real. Since EJ was preliminarily against the idea of Chanel keeping her future child, Johnny lashed out. EJ assured Johnny that his sympathy was legal and suggested that when his son was in pain, he was in pain as well. Johnny accepted that EJ was authentically showing compassion, so he embraced his father. At the sanitarium again on Friday's DOOL show, Johnny set up Abe sitting by Chanel's bedside and took over comforting her. Chanel said Johnny could still make his flight to Los Angeles and start work on the movie set hereafter, but Johnny didn't watch about any of that and just wanted to be there with Chanel. At The Spectator, Eric Brady, Greg Vaughn, told Nicole DiMeras, Ariane Zucker, that he might be leaving Salem since he demanded some time to accept that he was Aunt Jude DiMeras aka Jude Bradys, Oliver McClarty, father. Although Nicole hoped that Eric didn't go, she also understood if that's what he'd to do. Eric refocused out that he hadn't heard back on the resumes he transferred out, so his departure wasn't a done deal yet. Eric also sang the Itsy Bitsy Spider to settle Jude down in his stroller, so Nicole watched the warm moment and suggested she'd have to flash back that trick. Subsequently, Eric set up Paulina looking straight at the cantina. So he heard about Chanel's confinement and latterly spoke to Abe about it. At the DiMeras manse on Friday's day's occasion, EJ told Nicole about Chanel losing the baby. Nicole participated how agonized she was for Chanel and Johnny before she took Jude upstairs. Next, Melinda ambled in and thanked EJ for the impunity deal. Melinda was especially thankful since it meant there was no way for EJ to avenge when she told Nicole that Eric was Jude's father. Although EJ wondered why Melinda would do that, she refocused out that he stole the DA job from her. EJ shocked as Nicole walked in the room since Melinda was ready to unmask the sap. Days of Our Lives spoilers say EJ will have to suppose presto and figure out a way to stop Melinda's loose lips, so stick with us for further prognostications on his strategy. Paulina mourns, EJ needs help, Eric is disassociated. Days of Our Lives spoiler update for Friday, June 28 indicate that Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, makes Chanel Dupree's, Raven Bowen's, confinement each about herself. EJ DiMeras, Dan Feuerigel, needs Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, to help get Clyde Weston's, James Reed, book back. Eric Brady, Greg Vaughn, is free of Sloane Peterson, Jessica Sympathy. Paulina Price is all about the attention. Days of Our Lives spoilers reveal that Paulina is each about the attention when it comes to Chanel's confinement. Paulina is understandably worried because her grandchild didn't survive. Still, Paulina makes the whole thing about herself and how she did what she allowed. Was stylish at the time. Paulina may have saved Chanel's life, but she may have killed her grandchild. Chanel and Johnny DiMeras, Carson Boatman, were planning to take an airplane to Los Angeles to start their new life with their baby. Still, thanks to Paulina's incivility, that baby is now gone. Will Johnny and Chanel go ahead and leave city, or has Johnny lost his job because of this exigency? Will Chanel ever forgive her mama? DOL spoilers. EJ DiMeras needs Rafe Hernandez's help. EJ needs some substantiation from Melinda Trask, Tina Huang. Unfortunately, Melinda refuses to give it to him unless she gets impunity for hijacking EJ's invigorated son. Still, Melinda knows sharp well that the baby in question belongs to Eric Brady and not EJ. Melinda has been holding this information for a while. Days of Our Lives spoiler. Paulina mourns, EJ needs help, Eric is disassociated. Will Rafe agree to impunity Melinda, or will he arrest her on the spot? Rafe needs to get his hands on that substantiation incontinently, or Stefan DiMeras, Brandon Barish, is going to tell Nicole Walker, Ariane Zucker, the verity. Will EJ free Gabi DiMeras, Sherry Jimenez, or will Stefan let Nicole in on the biggest secret yet? Days of Our Lives spoilers. Eric Brady is free of Sloane Peterson. Eric Brady didn't believe a bad thing about Sloane Peterson when he decided to marry her. Unfortunately, Sloane lost their baby, stole Eric and Nicole's child after passing it off as EJ's, and skipped city. Eric wants Sloane to pay for what she did, but he'd also want to know that this baby is his, and Eric plans to leave city. Eric says that seeing Jude Brady, Oliver McClarty, bother him, but seeing Nicole bothers him a lot right now too. Will Eric leave before chancing out that Jude is his child with Nicole? How will Eric learn the verity if this happens? Will Eric and Nicole reunite and leave city together with their son? Carson Boatman addresses personal struggle during Janelle gestation loss. Plot. Days of Our Lives, DOOL, spoilers indicate that Chanel DiMeras, Raven Bowen's, and Johnny DiMeras, Carson Boatman, were served with some depressing news during the June 26 edition of The Cleaner, when the couple learned that they had misfired. Actor Carson Boatman lately participated his particular connection to Janelle's plot with Soap Opera Digest, SOD. Days of Our Lives spoilers, Carson Boatman shares personal story. Boatman tells SOD that his woman, Jelana Dizon, was pregnant during the filming of the Janelle gestation loss story. The two were awaiting their first child. He goes on to say, actually, it tete-a-tete kind of spooked me a little. It was like, oh man. They're so important that can go wrong.